was younger, no, I never got in trouble for like graffiti or vandalism. It was always like other stuff, like, you know, young pre-inner city teen. I was like always trying to be a gangster and hang out with the, you know, the bad crowd, the cool crowd and all that stuff. So I got into a lot of trouble, but none of it was for like art. Art is the only thing that saved me. When there was one time I did get into a bit of trouble, and I got referred to Artists for Humanity, and this was in like, I want to say 1997, 98. So it wasn't until I actually started working at AFH or volunteering that I was like, oh man, like I want to do this for real. Like I want to be like professional. And so I started calming down on like my misbehaving and stuff like that. But, thank you. Thank you. And that was my ultimate goal in life right there with the arts. It's to like have people stop and look and be like, oh man, that's amazing. Oh, that's art. Like, that's why like I've wanted to work so hard to get to this point.
Nice work, dude.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks. Specifically, I'm self-taught, even with like my fine arts, because this is just a part of it. Like I got canvases of portraits and muscle structures and anatomies and dimensions and all this other stuff. Like I'm well trained in the art world. I just never been to art school. Like my schooling is the art class in high school for 1 year, and whatever I can remember from like 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, like the regular, this is how you make purple stuff that you get in like, you know, school. But techniques, I had to like buy books, borrow books, steal books, all that stuff, just to like learn, because I wanted to be to this point. And you don't just get here from like, you could get here from coming out here doing this every day, but there's a certain level and a certain knowledge you can't get unless you like study. So yeah, I'm big on like fine arts. Not so much, I mean, like I know about Picasso and Rembrandt and all that stuff, but I'm talking like Paul Goodnight and a lot of like men and women of color who are fine artists. Like those are the folks I'm talking about. So yeah, they inspire me a lot. And anything that has to do with fantasy. I'm so big on like just getting out of the real world for a second and imagining yourself riding on like a unicorn or a dragon or fighting zombies or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just brings a little bit of like happy thoughts, even though it's not real. But for me, it's like, I gotta go back to the real world in 15 minutes because my break is over. So I'm gonna draw something out of this world because I don't wanna be in the world right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for me, it's a stress reliever. Yeah, for me, it's a stress reliever. I love escaping through like art. So yeah, because art has a purpose, and that purpose is, that's my meditation before work, because I know as soon as I get to work, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm just orders, chef, make this, and I don't stop. I can't sit down. So for me, it's important for me to like appreciate that. I work at Soleil Restaurant and Catering. It's right in Dudley Station in Roxbury. I'm doing like 40, 45 hours a week, and I'm there between 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. Just, you know, on a good day, I'm out of there at 3 p.m. Sometimes 3:30, 4 p.m. depending on the workload. But right now, I'm the only grill cook, so I got to do like all the breakfast, all the lunch. This picture is actually my nephew. He just turned 1, I want to say 2 weeks ago. So I got this picture from my brother a while ago. Not a while ago, but sometime like a couple months ago. And he's riding like his little toy truck or whatever. So I wanted to I'm gonna actually take that because I wanted to paint him riding on like, you know, this giant mythical crocodile. Because you know, Sobek is the Egyptian crocodile god, so I try to do a lot of crocodile themed stuff. But I don't know, I was flipping through my phone and I seen it and I was like, oh, I want to paint this right now. So it was all about the character. The letters I just try to find a nice flow to complement the whole character for this one. So a little off the top freestyle.
You have got some serious talent.
Thanks, man.
Talent.
It means a lot when like y'all know that this is me, you know. That's what makes me feel good. Business.
That dude's got talent.
Yeah.
Dude.
Love it, man.
Trying to learn how to do graphing, so I'm just training. I'm writing Manzel, which is basically in French, that's how you write miss. Because I don't know, it's kind of like something where every time I come I see like guys, and I kind of want to do something super feminine and kind of play on that. Like, so miss, as in yeah, I'm from France. I live in Boston now, so.
Very nice to meet you too, man. Of course. It's the community, we all out here, sharpening the sword, so it's all love, I love art. Art's my passion, and I enjoy it. And I was actually the digital media teacher, so I taught kids how to do art on computers, but I also taught a graffiti class. 9, 10-year-olds to teach them and show them that art comes in many different forms, and you don't have to necessarily just be a portrait artist to be considered an artist. You can do graffiti in many different art forms, which will allow you to, stretch your artistry, learning new things, and yeah, so we took it from there.
I was born in London, but I grew up in the north of England, but I live in Bristol. I painted a piece in downtown Boston for a bar called Barracuda. I painted a big fish along the front of it. But then I've painted maybe 3-4 things here, just for fun. It's a good spot. So, yeah. I've always loved murals and big scale stuff. I don't know why, but I've always been drawn to it. Things that change the landscape, things that brighten up an environment, I've always wanted. Well, I've always admired, and then as soon as I was old enough to try and do it myself, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And it's really difficult, so I wanted to be better and better. It was really frustrating for me to not get the designs looking exactly like my sketches. So not getting my paintings on a wall looking like my sketches. So I was like, I need to practice, I need to do more. And 15 years later, it's my job. Woo! I like painting females because I feel like women are underrepresented, and I feel like whilst there's no, it's not like a political message, I just feel like having females in the public spaces with like giant colourful on a wall kind of should remind everyone that we're a force to be reckoned with. Like, women are badass, so I paint lots of females. That's kind of the short and long of it. I'll paint anything. When I painted on the Arizona-Mexico border, I made it all about the native people, so there was a big headdress. It was full of all the local wildlife and all the plants and the animals that you find there. It was in a mining town, so I did a giant copper circle around her, like little hints. It's not like a political piece, but it's relevant to the location that it's in. So I'm really lucky because being an artist or something creative has always been an option, and I know that that's not the case for a lot of people. It's not like a real job, but I feel it's quite good now. Me and my dad ring each other and we're like, how poor are you? I'm like, really poor? Yeah, me too. It's great. We get that starving artist life together.
The best.
Yeah. It is the most fulfilling.